Welcome to the DVD Weekly Podcast Plus, brother.
What's going on, y'all?
For June 25th, 2024.
Yeah.
How are you? How are you
week
doing? I'm
off,
still getting over
right?
here, getting set. Can you tell?
You're still just dialing it
Yeah,
in.
still dialing in.
Yeah, it's been a wild and crazy couple weeks.
It
Obviously,
has.
lots of stuff going
It
on.
has my little girl graduated from
Huge.
high school.
That was incredible, man.
Oh, I'm so happy.
yeah,
for her.
that was fantastic.
Yeah,
Cool ceremony.
yeah.
Lots of kids. 605 kids in that class.
Nice. You got the numbers and everything.
Jeez. That
Brother,
was a lot of
so
kids.
nice. Yeah, it
Uh,
was.
But yeah, man, that was fantastic. Did a little graduation party.
Yeah.
We've had birthday parties.
Yeah.
We've had all kinds of madness, man.
Yeah.
More birthdays coming up.
You got her tickets, and that's what she wanted too. She kept looking at
really?
us, going, "Where's my tickets? Why haven't you given me my
Yeah.
tickets? What'd you get her?
Slipknot.
Slipknot, brother.
Yeah, it's the 25th anniversary of their debut album, which is
Yeah.
just nuts to me.
She's so excited. about it.
That's going to be a good show, man.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, I think they're playing the first album in its entirety, which
Oh,
is
wow.
just, I mean, that's still my favorite album of theirs. So
I didn't
gonna
realize
be
she
good.
was that into him.
yeah, oh yeah,
I was
know
surprised.
She liked him for quite a while.
Yeah,
She's been into him. So,
that's cool.
Yeah, man.
And then this week,
graduated.
We've
Wow.
got Susan's
and then
birthday.
Susan's birthday is this Friday, right?
28th. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So that'll be another weekend
Yeah, man.
of madness, frivolity.
That is madness.
Yeah.
Before that, I got my freaking surgery on Wednesday.
Jeez.
Not looking forward to that
No.
one bit. I was like fine with it until I woke up this morning and realized I'm only 2 days away, and now I have to be on this special diet and like.
Would you feel better if when you walked into the room, they decorated like a giant Space Invaders game? Will that make you feel better?
Probably not.
No?
Hey, I don't care
It
how
might
it's
make me
decorated.
feel a little better.
I'm going to be pooping my pants probably.
Yeah. Well, let's hope
Well,
not.
actually, that's when I start the heavy laxatives, which is tomorrow morning.
Oh,
really looking
yeah.
forward to that.
So glad that happens after you did the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez.
I'm not
I'd be
I'm not
scared
going
to death
anywhere
for
after
you to
that.
laugh or anything.
So it's going to be a hell of a week. That's for sure, man.
All
Hopefully I'll be
right.
back on my feet.
Yeah,
Then
me
get
too.
this crap done with,
Man, that
man.
sucks, dude.
Oh, I can't wait to be done with this.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Brother, this is the time of the show where we crack open a monster drink.
That's
but
right.
Because
Yeah.
of your position.
Right. Which just started 45 minutes ago,
Oh,
actually.
really?
Like, I did a Last Supper. I had Taco Bell.
Ah,
I'm going just about as worst food I could possibly put in me
is
for my
just
last. And now it's
delightful.
like I got to eat yogurt and
Ah.
cottage cheese and
Ugh.
for 2 days.
That's
Like,
not bad, though. That's good stuff.
it's not bad.
Good stuff.
I'll manage. I'll
Yeah.
manage.
Let's see. So it's time to do our ceremonial monster drink. And we are going to,
Man.
I'm going to crack it open.
We lost a few, dude, since
I
we've
have
done this show.
2 people here.
Yeah? I
One
got a
sports,
couple. Yeah,
1 actor.
gotcha.
The actor, Mr. Donald Sutherland, brother.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Donald Sutherland.
Died
Damn.
June 20th
Yeah.
in Miami, Florida, after a long illness. Born in 1935, so he's passed away at the age of 88.
88.
A lot of good movies and stuff he did, huh?
Oh, no doubt.
Why is it that all the things he's done, guess the one movie that pops up in my head?
What?
Animal House. He was in
Really?
Animal House.
I don't even remember that.
He played a professor.
Interesting.
He's the professor that got all the students high.
Oh, okay.
That
gotcha.
one night at the party?
Gotcha. Yeah. Oh, well,
And then
there
in
you go.
sports-
Donald Sutherland. Yeah. God.
Say
and,
hey, kid, brother.
And this really, like, it was a trilogy. You know, they always say it comes in threes.
Yeah.
It did in the sports
Yeah.
world, man. And it ended with, go ahead.
We're talking about Willie Mays.
Willie Mays.
Born in
man.
1931, we lost him on June 18th due to heart failure
Yeah.
at the age of 93.
93. And then
Yeah.
just a couple weeks ago, we lost Bill Walton.
Yes.
And then like a
Yes.
week ago or a little week and a half ago, we lost Jerry West.
Right. Yeah.
Who is the NBA logo.
Yep.
Like, which is crazy. So,
Yeah,
man,
something.
like, talk 3 legends
Yep.
in sports all kind of go down at the same time, man. It seems
So
to be
that's
that way.
and
It's weird.
Autumn's graduation.
Yeah.
And Susan's birthday.
Yeah,
Let's
crack
throw
it.
some happiness in there. We'll crack it open.
Absolutely, brother. You gotta.
What we should have
you have to
done.
double fist it.
I wish I would have thought about it.
What's that?
Dang it. We should have made you drink Monster Drink. Just think how great the show would have been.
It would have been great.
Oh, it would have been something to remember.
Oh, man. Next
Something to
week, I'll be
remember.
back with the monster.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Should we go right into sports, brother?
Let's do it. Let's go into sports. I talked about a couple big losses there in the basketball world. Well, there was yet another one, and that is the Celtics winning their 18th title.
Yeah.
God, now they have more than the Lakers.
That's
man.
crazy.
Hate it.
Yeah.
Just hate it. And they just dominated that series. It was never close. I mean, they were up 3-0. Dallas won 1 game, and then Celtics finished it off. So it was a crappy series.
Yeah.
Crappy NBA season. Just let's get to the next one.
I'm sorry, brother.
But then there's the NHL playoffs, which have not disappointed. So Florida Panthers were up 3-0 in the Stanley Cup final until Edmonton Oilers woke up, brother. They woke up, and tonight at 5 o'clock is Game 7.
Wow.
For all the marbles, man. I mean,
Bruh.
an NHL playoff Game 7 is already the greatest thing to me in sports, really. And now it's not just that, it's the finals. Like, this is it. Whoever wins tonight hoists the Stanley Cup. It's going to be a hell of an atmosphere there in Florida. So, yeah, Edmonton Oilers, Florida Panthers. I'm rooting for Edmonton, man. Wouldn't mind seeing it back in Canada, as the champs.
Yeah.
I'm down. Totally rooting for the Edmonton Oilers tonight. So
All right.
let's see what happens. But that's been a hell of a series.
Nice.
NHRA, man. Did you hear what happened yesterday?
No.
John Force.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Bad wreck yesterday, dude. His engine, he won the race.
Yeah.
And right as he's at the start-finish line, car just blew up.
Oh,
right?
man.
And those are just violent when
Yeah.
those things blow up.
Like a
It's
bomb blowing up.
Yeah, and it's just a ball of flame.
Yeah.
And then the chutes didn't deploy.
Oh, jeez.
So he was on the right lane, blew up, and then drove into the left lane and just hammered the wall. And then came back and hit the wall on the right side, too.
Wow.
He was struggling, dude. They got him out of the car. He was responsive. But the last I heard, he was in ICU still.
Wow.
So I think he's going to be okay. Everybody's
Yeah.
saying, but I haven't seen an update in a while, but still, that could potentially keep him out for a while.
I was going to say, would that not cause retirement at that point?
He's 75,
Yeah.
right? It's John Force, though. I
Yeah.
don't see this making him retire. You never
Really?
know, though. But it'll be interesting to see if he's out for an extended amount of time. I mean, the race coming up here in less than a month.
Yeah.
Out here at Pacific Raceway.
I mean, he
So
wouldn't
I'm
have to,
hoping he's-
quit the whole thing. Just
Right.
quit driving.
Yeah. I think he would, even if he quit driving, he's still got his daughter in it.
Yeah,
I think
right.
he'd still be very involved with the
He
team.
could stay in it and still be alive.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
right.
kind of two wins there.
Yeah. Oh, it was scary, man.
I'll bet.
I mean, it was ugly.
I'll
dude.
bet.
So thoughts and prayers there with John Force.
Yeah.
Get better soon, buddy.
Absolutely.
And then I don't know if you've been watching. Really, really fun though, and I don't think I ever in the past have watched these. And that's the Olympic trials that have been going on. It's all the swimming, all the track and field.
Yeah.
On NBC, like every night, like it's been fantastic.
Oh, neat.
Really, really fun to watch. Just watching the U.S. team come together, and now I've already got like a handful of athletes I'm really going to be rooting
good.
for and looking forward to seeing.
Honestly, I didn't even know that was going on.
Yeah, they're on NBC.
I
And,
just yesterday looked it up to see when the Olympics were beginning.
yeah, really soon, right? I mean, we're about
Next
5
month.
weeks away.
Yeah.
It's they ended the 20-something of July, so
I can tell you exactly.
looking forward to it, man.
Exactly,
looking forward
brother.
to that kicking
If
off.
I can find it, I have so much writing on my calendar. It's all Disney stuff, as you would have guessed.
Of course.
Let's see. Olympics start on July 26th.
26th, yeah.
Friday night. That's the
There you
opening.
Oh, that's going to be exciting.
Yes, sir.
From
I can't
Paris.
wait. I do love my Olympics.
Yeah.
And with this whole smart TV thing now,
Oh, I know.
oh, it's so
Dude,
much fun.
Well,
to-
Peacock rule now. I hope to God they're not doing like the paid only this time though,
Ooh, I hope
and have to be a subscriber.
Yeah.
Because last Olympics was great. I mean, you could
It
watch
was, yeah.
every sport.
I believe they're the ones
Everything
I
was
followed.
live.
Yeah.
Like, or you could just go to any sport you want and see
Yeah.
every event that happened. Like that was fantastic.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
awesome.
I'm hoping they do the same and it's still like free. Hopefully.
Yeah.
It probably won't be anymore, but we'll see.
We'll see.
So there you go, brother. There is sports.
Brother, that takes us to the world of Disney.
That's right.
And before we get going, I'm going to tell you a little story. I'll keep it short, but 2.5 hours, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Here we go. Back when old Uncle Walt passed away, that was on December 15th, 1966, they had been working on the Haunted Mansion forever. Mm-hmm. And they worked on it. That building sat there for how long? 15 years or something?
Yeah, long time.
They sat there forever empty. So finally, after Walt passed away, things kind of slowed down a little bit. And finally, they took two amazing Imagineers, Yale Gracie and Raleigh Crump, threw them into a room, and they said, look, this is your room. Close the door, lock it, and get to work. And when you come out of this room, we want tons of ideas for the Haunted Mansion.
Gotcha.
So in they went, brother. In they went. A little bit of history will teach you that they remembered a book that was around when they were kids.
Yeah.
It was a book that was written and released in 1913.
Ooh.
Popular Mechanics, The Boy Mechanics. 700 things to do for, 700 things for boys to do was the book. They went through that book and came up with all kinds of ways that they could change some of the things in that book to make the Haunted Mansion special effects. Brother, here is that book.
Really?
That is a
Boy Mechanic.
1913
Holy
book.
cow, dude.
Copyrighted in
Wow.
1913. And I did find in there the Pepper's Ghost.
Really?
Which is the effect that you see so often in the Haunted Mansion when you're looking at ghosts. Like, for instance, when you're looking at the ghosts down in the ballroom,
and
they're floating through the air and all that stuff, that is done through a magic trick called Pepper's Ghost.
Interesting.
And basically
That's
it's angled mirrors is what it is.
Oh, okay.
And
makes sense.
but isn't that...
That's crazy,
I took
man.
it upon myself. I've read about this
Jeez.
many, many times, and I finally thought, why have I never tried to see if I could get this book?
Yeah.
So when I started researching it, I found that I needed to research it a whole lot more because there are tons of versions of it.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So
Book
that
one.
that made it tricky.
Yeah.
So, but that is the very first one.
That's cool. That's a pretty cool book.
800 photos
Ooh.
in there.
Come on now.
It's weird. It's old. You can set it down wherever. You give
Yeah,
yourself
I'll
more
check
elbow
it
room.
out.
It's fine.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
care.
It's beautiful. A
Anyway.
singing telephone is
Isn't
what I
that
was
something?
looking at
Yeah.
right now.
Oh, they have things in there that are dangerous as hell to do.
Really? I bet.
How to build a toaster. How to build an oven. These are for boys.
What could
little
go
kids.
wrong? Yeah, exactly.
Plus, they had them using all kinds of chemicals that you shouldn't be using. They teach you how to build your own airplane, which a lot of people were killed doing.
Oh my God.
Books for kids.
How times have changed.
Oh, that cracks me up. Brother, you ready for two true Disney truths and a
Oh,
Disney
yeah.
villains lie?
Come on, let's go.
I may have you this week.
No, come on.
I may have you. I'll tell you one thing. I had Susan,
Uh-huh.
but not Autumn. And she wasn't even listening. She was half asleep when I told her. Irritated the hell out of me. Brother, here we go. Two of these are true. One, a Disney lie.
All right.
Number one. In 1983, Disney found that their Sleeping Beauty castle was slowly sinking into the ground. This caused the attraction to close for a full year as construction crews slowly injected a concrete-like substance below the structure, which eventually caused the structure to rise back to its original position, and the castle went through they reopened it in December of 1984.
That sounds real to me.
Number two. Nearly all of the plants in the Tomorrowland area of Disneyland are edible, including lemons, oranges, lettuce, peppers, and a variety of herbs.
At Disneyland?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And number three, the American flags atop the buildings on Main Street, USA at Disneyland are not real. Those flags only contain 45 stars instead of 50.
Why would that be the case? Like, that's the one that's the one I'm leaning towards, but that's
It's a tough one.
It is.
And I'm not
Good
playing.
compromise,
I'm not
right?
playing any tricks with dates or anything
No.
like that. I got away from it.
I'm gonna go. I don't feel great about it, but I'm gonna go with the flags being the
Alrighty.
lie. Come on.
Let's take a look at. How about the plants in Tomorrowland?
Yeah.
They are indeed edible.
Okay.
Now, at the time that this press release was written, they were all edible. But because many years have gone by, I changed it to nearly all the plants in Tomorrowland are
Gotcha.
edible. There may be some there now that aren't, but the last time I was there, they were all edible.
Really? You
Yep.
just start eating the plants.
And, which is weird. Why?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? I guess it's supposed to be for the future, futuristic.
Yeah. Like the city of the future.
I guess. Let's see. Which one should we go with now, brother? It's up to you. Should we do the castle one?
Let's do the castle one.
All right. 1983, I told you I wasn't playing any tricks with the dates.
Right.
They found the Sleeping Beauty castle was slowly sinking into the ground. They put a little just concrete substance underneath it, which slowly raised it back up, and they reopened in December 1984.
That's true.
It is false.
Ah, damn it!
I made that one totally up.
Oh.
I'm sorry, brother. The American flags
Dang
atop the
it.
buildings on Main Street are not real. They used 45 stars on those flags instead of 50. You asked why?
Yeah.
So they don't have to fly those flags by official flag rules.
What?
Like those, they have rules about flags. At night, there has to be a light on them.
Really?
If there's no light on the flag,
Yeah.
then you have to take it down at sunset.
You're kidding me.
Yeah. So that's why every day at around 4:30
They take that one
they
flag
take
down.
that one flag down because
So
that's
the others are 45 stars.
all those other ones atop the buildings.
Yeah.
They're all 45
No
stars.
kidding.
That interesting?
Well, shoot.
I'm telling you, I'm full of interesting
Now I'm
things.
back on a losing streak.
Huh? That's why I all this Disney knowledge
Yeah.
almost kept me from getting a girlfriend. All right. But because I was a disc jockey, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Now I'm not a disc jockey anymore. We barely talk. And right now, why? Because I'm sitting here watching a guy being Peter
Peter
Pan.
Pan, yeah.
And I got to tell you, it's making me uncomfortable. So there you go, brother. That's your taste of Disney.
You got me this week, man.
Yes.
Dang it.
I'm sorry, brother.
Let's get into music a little bit. Releases for this would have been last Friday, June 21st. Before we get into the top 5, Avril Lavigne's greatest hits.
Look at
Just
Peter now.
missed it.
Look at Peter now.
Just missed it.
Look at him. Doesn't it just kind
Yeah,
of
it
bother
is,
you?
yeah.
Huh? Doesn't it just kind of give you the heebie-jeebies? And what's bad is he's really good.
Yeah,
Look
no,
at
he
him.
is.
That
He is very
could
much
be
like
Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you there.
Now I see why Peter Pan was always a girl on Broadway.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother. Sorry.
We get to the top 5.
Alrighty.
Now, brother. Starting with Gracie Adams,
Mm-hmm.
The Secret of Us. This is a yellow vinyl. The sophomore album for the singer-songwriter. Number 4, it's Kitty. Kitty's back.
What the hell's that?
They're the all-girl rock metal band. They've been around for
Have
years.
we seen them? Where did I see
Sure.
him?
I mean, I know I've seen him, but it was a long time ago. It was like back in the day, huh?
What?
Kitty.
Is that out of Kitty?
I love Kitty.
Have you heard the
we
new
ever
album?
seen him?
No, I've heard. There's a new album.
It just came out on Friday, last Friday.
Autumn has entered the room.
Number 4 on Amazon.com.
What's up, guys?
Graduated Autumn.
Graduation,
How do you feel?
the same.
the
More
same.
tired.
The same.
You're
Let's
more
see.
tired.
Let me take a look. Oh, 3 p.m. You just got up. Yep. You're right. The same.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful thing.
It was. Congratulations, Mike.
Yeah, congrats.
You worked hard.
Thank you.
You're beautiful.
Wow, no doubt. With the
All right.
skinny puppy shirt, too. That rules.
I'm wearing the Lions drag strip shirt.
That rules.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kitty. The name of the new album is Fire. And that's their 7th studio album.
Nice.
Now we're going to go back in time. Number 3, it's The Grateful Dead.
Whoa.
From the Mars Hotel. This is the 50th anniversary deluxe edition of their 7th studio album. It features the remastered album plus unreleased live performance from 1974. 3 discs on that bad boy. And then at number 2, it's Jethro Tull.
Hey.
With Bursting Out. Now, this is the Steven Wilson remix. I always talk about Steven Wilson, lead singer of Porcupine Tree, and master of doing the 5.1 mixes. The dude is just like, that's who people go to do their 5.1 mix, as did Jethro Tull. This is a live double album from 1978, completely remastered. It's a 3 CD, 3 DVD, inflated edition, they're calling it, with the 5.1 surround mix that Steven Wilson did. So that's probably some good sounding stuff. Then at number 1 this week, various artists, brother. Various artists. Petty Country, a country music celebration of Tom Petty.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, not bad. And there's a lot of names on this, man. Chris Stapleton does a song on here. Dolly Parton, Luke Combs, Thomas Rhett, Lady A, Winona Judd, Willie Nelson, George Strait, and more on the Petty Country, a country music celebration.
Never heard of Ann Moore.
Of Tom Petty.
Is she new?
And more. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I was taking literal.
I get it. So there you go, brother. There are your top 5 music releases for the
Very
week.
nice, brother.
Uh-huh.
Very, very nice.
Uh-huh.
Takes
Television
us to
time, brother?
what does it take us to? TV.
Yeah,
And
TV
streaming.
brother. TV and streaming.
I will tell you, I finally watched the Walt Disney thing you've been bugging me to watch.
Oh, did you watch all of them?
No.
No.
Just the one.
Just
How
the
could
first.
I've been busy.
Well, come on. It's time now. We
But I
just finished it up. We watched the last one with 6 episodes total, with the last one being just more about the Imagineers, really, and how they've grown things, like especially since Disney passed, and how they're always
Nice.
pushing the limits. I thought it was a really good series, man. Really,
Yeah.
a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff about the Matterhorn in the last episode.
Oh,
that I
nice.
didn't know. But yeah, man, thought it was a pretty fascinating series.
Yeah.
And like, I know you had some issues, which I get it, makes sense. Like the lead guy bothered me, especially in the first episode. Then not as much in the others. But
Walt was not that cocky.
yeah, right. He does come off as kind of a cocky, like yeah. So it is interesting how they portrayed him.
Yeah.
But a lot of good info in there, man. And there's I think you'll like them more and more as the series goes.
Yeah, I
think.
definitely.
Yeah.
The mother-in-law's visiting this
Yeah.
week. So, although I spend most of my time in here, that's terrible. But when I go in the living room, it's like they're talking amongst each other. So I feel like I don't belong. So I almost think they feel better when I'm not there.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? It's like if I'm a fly on the wall that needs to get hit with one of the fly swatters.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, but yeah, once things calm down, I'll get back in there and watch the rest of them. 'Cause
There you go.
It was fun to watch.
Yeah, no, I think you'll enjoy the rest of the series. It's
Other
good
than
stuff.
that, I haven't been watching nothing.
Yeah, we got new series have come out. We are still working on the Masked Singer. We're on the latest season now.
I was going to say, then you're ahead of me then.
No, you said you finished the last season.
Oh, you're in the last season?
I mean, we're in the latest season, but it ended a long time ago.
Okay,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
What are we watching now? Oh, we're watching.
You're watching America's Got Talent, yeah.
Yeah.
But also other big shows that are back now. Season 2 of House of the Dragon. Episode 2 was last night. Of course, this is the Game of Thrones spinoff. Really good show, man. Really good show. I had to cram in the original House of the Dragon because I hadn't watched all of them. So we did that before the new season started. But yeah, I even watched the newest episode last night. It's just, they're epic, dude. I mean, it's epic filmmaking. Like, I don't know how much they spend per episode. It's probably insane.
Like $7.
So yeah. So that's now on HBO and Max. And then The Boys, one of my favorite shows, dude. I mean, it is just superheroes on steroids. It is, dude, the show is insane. Like, so many things happen in the show. You're just like, what? It's very adult. But what a great, funny, entertaining show. So there's been 3 episodes of that so far. Is it 4? I think it's 4. I have not watched the 4th yet, actually. So The Boys back on Amazon Prime. Master Chef is back. And this year they're doing it. It's interesting. They're doing like generations. So it's like Gen X versus Gen Y versus the baby boomers versus, like, it's kind of an interesting way to do it this year. So, and I, since most people have watched it by now, pretty hilarious that Joe from MasterChef was on Masked Singer, man. That just blew
I know,
us
that was
away.
crazy, huh?
We're like, what?
Yeah, I
Like,
love that.
No idea he had a voice like that.
No.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was
man.
one of those that you just, there's no way you
No
guessed.
way.
No.
Yeah, never would have guessed that. So that was pretty funny. So yeah, that's back. And then starting on June 27th, that's Thursday, season 3 of The Bear is coming. God, that is such a great show.
Got the cocaine bear?
No,
No? All right.
no, but man, big Emmy-winning show, The Bear, and they've already okayed a 4th season too.
Why do they call
so-
it the bear?
It's the name. What was the original name of the restaurant?
Oh.
Was that right? Was that the name of the restaurant?
No idea.
Wow. Now I'm like, that wasn't the name of the restaurant. Now I'm trying to think of why it is called the Bear. I don't remember, but it is about running a restaurant and and then they're opening a new restaurant. But it's just the way it's shot, the chaos. There's great characters. Like it is such a phenomenally entertaining show. So looking forward to that kicking back off again this week. You were speaking about cocaine. That's funny because Hotel Cocaine
Hey.
on MGM Plus, the crime thriller series, is out this week. And Joko Anwar's Nightmares and Daydreams on Netflix. It's a 7-part horror anthology. It might be worth checking out. You know what I'm saying?
Zah.
And that, my good friends, is what I got. Main stuff on TV
That's
this
beautiful.
week.
That is so beautiful.
Uh-huh.
We are moving right along. Have you noticed?
We are moving right along.
To movies,
Great.
brother. Movies and other stuff like that.
That's right. That's right.
'Cause you're going to stream movies first.
We're going to stream some stuff first.
All right.
Let's do it.
So it's starting to catch on.
Yeah. There's some
What's
good
hype?
new stuff, and actually something that just popped up. I don't think it was known. I think it's one of those where it's just like, hey, everybody, it's available now. I'm pretty sure. So last night, a big one came out, brother. But
Yeah?
first off, Ultraman Rising on Netflix. It's an animated feature with, of course, Ultraman, man, who has ties to the whole Kaiju and Godzilla world and all that stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so kind of I want to check that one out. Camp Pleasant Lake on Stars. It's like a Friday the 13th style film, which is supposed to be kind of fun. So I'm looking forward to checking that one out. Monkey Man, which we've talked about a few times. It was on Over Under not too long ago. That is now on Peacock. That's the action thriller starring and directed by Dev Patel. But the one last night, it was Matthew Cunningham hit me up last night. He's like, did you know this is out on VOD now?
Uh-oh.
And I did not. It is Furiosa, a Mad Max saga.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Didn't get a chance to see this in the theater. It is now available on VOD. Cannot wait to see this film.
Nice.
So, yeah, it was one of my most anticipated films of the year. Just didn't get to the theater, but now it's home, brother. It's time to watch Furiosa.
Nice.
Yeah, looking forward to that, man. And then, you got anything on the streaming side, brother?
I do not.
Fine. That takes us to 4K Blu-ray releases
All right, brother. Let's do that.
for June 25th.
I do have that.
What you got?
I have.
Couple big
Actually,
ones.
one of these is just on Blu-ray, I think. And that's The New Adventures of Batman, the complete
Okay.
collection,
Yeah.
coming out on Blu-ray.
Very
Blu-ray.
nice.
Brother.
Very nice.
Also, this is a big disappointment. A 40th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
Purple Rain.
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
Come on
4K.
4K. Has that been out on 4K
Ultra
yet?
HD Blu-ray.
Yeah, I don't know if it's. I think that's the first release on 4K Blu-ray. I think.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All the bonuses have already been released.
Yeah, nothing new. That was kind of
Nothing new.
unfortunate.
Yeah,
right?
that's a
It's
real
got a bunch
bummer.
of music videos. And,
Bummer.
yeah, I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to have that on 4K though.
Then South Park, bigger,
Yeah,
longer, and uncut.
that's right.
25th anniversary limited edition 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. Blah 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 blah. It's got a sing-along edition, which I hear is painful.
Yeah, God, that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
I'm going to throw that one away. It's on your Blu-ray disc. Actually, all of these are. Audio commentary featuring Matt Stone and Trey Parker. What would Brian Boitano do? Brian
Boitano, yeah.
Boitano do?
That's hilarious.
A little music video for you there. There's a teaser trailer, a theatrical trailer, and a theatrical trailer 2 on there. So not a whole lot.
Well, there you go.
But, you know, what do you know? What do you know?
what do you know? What do you know?
That's beautiful. That's what I got for you there, brother.
Well, there's some other stuff that came out too, or I guess this would be tomorrow.
All right.
Blue Velvet from 1986 coming out on 4K Blu-ray. Also, Team America World Police, brother.
Hey.
Yeah, from
America.
2004.
I won't see the rest of it.
The House of Seven Corpses from 1974. It's coming out on 4K Blu-ray. A couple of the newer films, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. That's also getting a Steelbook release. And Monkey Man, we just talked about that being on Peacock. It's also out on 4K Blu-ray this week. And then I mentioned it, I think it was the last time, and I was like, man, Amazon's showing it doesn't come out till later. So it's out now, this week, tomorrow. The Godzilla Kong Monsterverse set with all of those films. So that's very good stuff. And then, last but not least, the new Ghostbusters, brother.
Hey.
Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, which is also coming out in a Steelbook. Or there's a 2-pack that has Frozen Empire and Afterlife, which was the last one. And it's interesting. It comes with an ice mold that looks like this, like Slimer. It's kind of funny.
That's
It
cool.
makes sense with the whole Frozen Empire. Have you seen the new one yet?
No, sir.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's totally worth watching.
Cool.
Because it has all the folks from the original storylines that date from back there and things that happen that you're like, oh, I remember that from the first one. So it's not fantastic, but 100% worth a watch, man. Ghostbusters,
Nice.
Frozen Empire, and then as we're wrapping up the movies and going into Over Under, we had a phone call, did we not?
We did.
Yeah, I think now's a good time for that.
Well, first of all, let's talk about last week.
Okay,
As you know, we didn't do a show last week.
that's right.
Russ and Maggie,
Yeah,
our two listeners who we love,
that's right.
did not know that we didn't have a show. So they sent in their movie review.
Oh, right. Okay.
And they taught me a lesson. Well, actually, I do remember this because this happened to us a long time ago.
I remember.
Our phone message only records 3 minutes.
It's all you
And
got,
Russ
folks.
and Maggie were so into their movie review.
Yeah.
And I was into it. And it stopped.
Yeah, that's too
I'm
bad,
like,
man.
what happened? They went over 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So the only fix for that is if you got to go over 3 minutes, just call back and then I'll edit them together.
There you go.
But you didn't know. I'm sorry. But they did send us another one.
We got another one.
We got another one. I will say that last week, Russ and Maggie mentioned that they were excited that they had been chosen to do this. So
Yeah.
so
they
that's
got their
good.
own segment in the show. That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
so that's really, really good. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the new Russ and Maggie movie review.
Whoa, Maggie. We just celebrated Father's Day. Thank you so much for making my day so special. I love you so much, and you were so nice to me for Father's Day and got me some really nice gifts, and I'm so proud of you, and you're so special to me, and I love you so much.
Thank you.
What do you have to tell Don and Jared?
Happy Father's Day. Hope y'all had a great Father's Day like I did.
Yeah, and somebody had a birthday. Do you know who that was?
Yeah, that was Jared.
Yeah, Jared just had a birthday. Somebody had a birthday, and I hope he's feeling better. But this is the moment you've all been waiting for, because Maggie and I went to see Inside Out 2. Maggie, you've been waiting a long time to see this movie. You've been very excited. You really liked the first one. Can you give a short summary of Inside Out 2 without any spoilers?
Well, Riley, of course, goes to hockey camp with her friends, but some really, really bad news is going to happen. And then anxiety, all these new emotions are going to take over her. So, yeah.
Yeah, so anxiety takes control of Riley, and she's really, for the rest of the movie, she's having to deal with this new emotion of anxiety. And these other ones too, but anxiety is mostly the main character and antagonist, if you will, in this movie that Riley has to deal with. So what did you think of Inside Out 2?
Inside Out 2, I think it was super funny. And it was, I believe that is better than the first one. But, yeah.
Well, Maggie, I have to agree. I was really worried about this one. Disney hasn't been putting out a lot of movies that we've enjoyed lately the past few years. It's just, a lot of times you watched and you fell asleep halfway through. They haven't been too great. So I was real nervous because we did like the first one so much, but I can happily report that we loved the second one. I thought it was fantastic and way better than the first one. And the first one was still good. It was a strong message of dealing with anxiety, which I think everybody has had to deal with and still deals with all the time. Because it can really take control of a person. I think Riley really represented it, and the way that she dealt with it was heartwarming. It was emotional, but like you said, there was some really funny parts too. I was laughing really hard with some new characters that aren't in the trailer, and we won't give that stuff away. But we definitely think you should go see Inside Out 2 because it was fantastic. And I hope this is a new direction for Disney, and they keep this up and keep cranking out some good ones. I think Moana 2 is coming out soon. We saw that trailer. You excited for that one?
Yeah,
Awesome. All right, Maggie, anything else before we sign off?
I don't think so.
All right, boys. Hope you had a good Father's Day. Sayonara.
All right. So
There you
there
go.
So many people just love this movie.
Man, I mean, shoot. We'll talk about it
Unbelievable, huh?
but when we get to the heart of Over Under.
Yeah.
But yeah, you went to the theater and saw
I
this,
did.
right? As
Yeah.
did we.
Yeah.
What'd you think, brother?
Oh, are we going to talk about it?
Yeah, I mean, might as well, right? I mean, I like their
agree.
opinions of the film. I get it.
I did. Yeah. I didn't love it as much as other people did.
Right.
Okay. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
It was cool. You know what I need in my life? I need some new characters and new stories.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
Yeah.
I think that's what I want from a Disney film. And of course, that's not what you're going to get in here. There are some new characters.
New characters for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, anxiety is a huge part of the film.
Let me tell you, that was so well done.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't think it's any big secret that the girl's growing up now.
She's a teenager.
She's a teenager now, and she goes through anxiety at a hockey game. Because Autumn has anxiety, and I did too when I was a kid, it was so hard to see her going through that anxiety attack. Because
when she's in
there
the
have
penalty
been many
box,
times
yeah.
when I've been here at home working, and I get a call from Autumn saying I'm going through an anxiety attack.
Jeez.
So I have to talk her through it
down,
and
yeah.
help her through it.
Right.
And I felt like all of a sudden I was sitting there having to see her go through it. Dude, that was hard to watch.
Yeah.
Hard to watch. And when you're sitting there thinking, man, this is hand drawn, yes.
I know.
It's done with computers and such, but still, man, that's pretty special that they can give you that feeling just by watching it.
No doubt.
So definitely it's definitely a top-notch movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they did a really
totally
good
agree.
job. Fun to look at. We watched it. We saw it in 3D,
Oh, nice.
which was kind of weird for me. I'm not
Yeah.
even sure why we did it, but with all those balls, all the different colors and stuff,
Oh, yeah,
and there's
that's
so
probably
many of
cool.
them, and you
Yeah.
know, without giving away a whole lot, there's some pretty cool scenes.
Yeah, I bet.
So yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I would give it a C+.
Oh, damn, that's pretty
It's
low,
just
brother.
not my favorite. I don't know.
Did you like it more or less than the first?
That's a tough one. I think I liked it about the same. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But I love the way it grew up, just like we did,
Yeah.
just like the little girl did. I love that a lot.
That's why I want to see 4 films.
Oh,
Like,
Lord.
the third one should be when she grows up and has kids of her own. And then you go through that life cycle
Yeah.
with her.
Yeah.
And then the fourth one could be when she's a grandmom and like her later stages in life.
yeah,
And then you'd have 4
Yeah.
completely different movies all wrapped up with the same person, right?
that would be
That
cool.
could be awesome.
yeah.
And so, yeah, we went and saw it as well. Brought all the kids.
Yeah.
The kids loved it. Like, they love Joy.
Awesome.
They're huge fans of Joy. Of course, Kyler, it makes sense. He loves anger. Like, the kid, because that's just him to a T anyways, where he just goes from, like, chill to, like, the full throttle flames coming out his
Yeah.
head. So, yeah, he has a special passion
That's
for
cool.
anger. I did like the new characters.
Uh-huh.
I mean, especially Anxiety, of course, who plays the biggest role in the film.
Yeah.
But I did not like it as much as the first one.
Yeah.
And I felt like it. I think it was, and we watched the first one again just a couple days before we saw the new one, so it was a nice refresher. But I just realized how great that first movie was, man, and how inventive it was.
Yeah.
Right, where this one you don't have it being inventive because it's already been done.
Right,
you're just adding some characters to it. So I think that's one of the reasons it just wasn't quite as impactful for me. And then kind of the same thing happened. I don't want to give it away, but kind of the same thing happens with her in both films.
Yeah.
With a scene of her apologizing, and I'm like, well, they did that in the first one. So there was some stuff where I'm like, oh, I kind of wish they would have reworked and actually kind of made some things a little bit more different in the new one.
I'll tell you.
But to your point, like, well-made film. Like,
Yeah.
no question. Good characters, really well made. I ended up giving it a 7, and the first one I gave a 9 after seeing it again. Like, the first film, the first Inside Out, to me is the best.
Do you keep
Pixar
track of
film.
those? Where do you find that information?
What's that?
Yeah, do you keep track of what you give them?
Oh yeah, I have lists.
No kidding.
I keep track of every movie and every television series I
Wow.
watch, so I can go back and reference it. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think it was just the first one because it was so new. Like, that idea was new, and it was just brilliant, right? Like, brilliant.
Yeah.
The streams of consciousness and like all the islands,
Right,
like,
right.
just so brilliant. And this one just kind of built onto it, but it just wasn't that wow factor that I had the whole time I was watching the first one, right? But still, well done.
What I found really interesting in it was that when you have anxiety like that, it lies and takes over your other emotions.
Yeah,
And that's exactly what happened in the film,
happens.
which I thought, man, when that was happening,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, wow.
No, it's brilliant. Like, it truly is like a brilliant concept, right? I mean, and like I said, I think the original Inside Out is the best Pixar movie ever made.
Yeah.
But it's not my favorite. Cars is my favorite, but just for pure brilliance factor, Inside Out it's a great series, man. And good characters, and the kids loved it. So the wife cried a lot.
Yeah,
there was a lot of tears.
There was one,
Yeah?
during
Yeah?
that whole anxiety thing, that got to me.
Yeah, there's
So-
a few scenes that were, I was like, "Don't just hold yourself together, Jared."
Just think about the stone.
Yeah, exactly. That made me want to cry more. But yeah, no, I mean, Inside Out 2, it's a solid movie, man.
Yeah.
I mean, no question.
I agree.
Let's see what it did in the theater, shall we?
Okay. Does that mean we're going to do over-under now?
Over under time, brother. It is over. Inside Out 2 was expected to make $100 million.
That's a lot of moolah, brother.
That's a lot. Things haven't been doing that great in the theater.
No.
I went under. So I'm like, man.
Did you?
Yes, I did. I just, because there
Wow.
hasn't been anything that's come out that's even come close to that.
that's true.
So I'm like, I just didn't see it happening. I said under. You said over. And the actual was 154.2. Like, holy cow, man. Like, that's huge. That's,
I'll tell you one thing. It's done nothing for Disney stock.
jeez.
Nothing.
Yeah, I know.
Disney
things
stock
that are
just-
great for the company usually don't do well.
Yeah,
in
it
stock.
just keeps on bouncing that $100 line.
Yeah, right.
You know,
right.
It's like, come on.
But yeah, man. I mean, wow. People showed up in droves to see that film.
Yep.
We waited and we saw it on Wednesday, but which was a day off. It was Juneteenth. Which happy Juneteenth, y'all.
Absolutely.
So it was pretty packed theater, but it made sense because a lot of people didn't have to work. But still, even for a Wednesday, I was like, wow, a lot of people come to see this film.
Cool.
You know what disappointed me? Seeing it in the theater, they didn't have a short in the open.
Yeah.
Is that the first?
No,
Pixar?
I don't think they had
Did
one
they
the
not have
last
one
time either,
one?
did
Okay,
they?
maybe not.
Because I remember
Maybe
this
not.
was brought up last time, too.
Gotcha. Yeah,
I may be wrong, but I just remember that discussion.
yeah. All right. Well, maybe they're just not doing those anymore.
Yeah.
That was I always looked forward to that.
You
Right?
know, there was no trailer for a new Disney film either.
Moana 2. There was for us. We saw.
I think I saw
a
that.
trailer. Which that was good,
I
man.
just forgot.
really.
I'm
Moana.
ready for new, brother.
Yeah.
I'm ready
I
for
hear
new
you.
stories,
I hear you there.
new characters. Come on.
Yeah. That you care about, not just some crap. right?
Exactly.
Yeah. That's tough. Obviously
is
tough to do.
Yeah.
Now, that was the only theater that was, or only movie that was up for over under last week. But there was something else that came out. So I actually went to the theater twice last week, which is,
Yeah.
geez, I can't remember the last time I did that. And this was a little special thing, brother.
Uh-oh.
That was supposed to only play for 2 days, and then sold so well that they extended it to 4 days.
Huh.
The wife and I went out and on Saturday out to Bellevue to go see Right Here, Right Now, brother.
Huh.
Hells yes! Combining live performance from Ghosts sold out Kia Forum shows in LA
Yeah.
with a narrative story that picks up plot threads from the band's long-running webisode series.
Really?
So it's basically
That's cool.
a Ghost concert film.
Yeah.
With some pretty cool interstitials like in between. But dude, it was fantastic. Like, shot really, really well. I'm so pissed, dude, because I came this close to going to one of those shows.
Ah.
It was like during the middle of the week when I was going to California that weekend for a Rams game.
Oh.
And, you know, it's at the Forum, which is
Yeah.
right next to
Yeah.
SoFi. It was like right there, but I couldn't make it work out. And then, sure enough, that they turned those 2 nights into this film. But man, it is cool. If you're a Ghost fan, you have to see this. I'm sure it'll be out streaming. Like the physical releases of the soundtrack come out in July.
Uh-huh.
So my guess is that time frame is when it'll be available out on digital as well. But it was cool. Those are always fun events to like go to the theater. Everybody there was dressed in Ghost
Was there
stuff.
a lot of people there?
It was probably about half full. That theater was.
Huh.
But yeah, like you know, everybody there though was either dressed in Ghost or some kind of metal band. So it was
That's
like you're going to a show. You know what I mean? But and it was cool. They even had right here, right now, popcorn buckets, like metal popcorn buckets. So definitely got one of those. But yeah, man. I mean, Ghost. They never underwhelm, man. I love those guys. Love the music. Their performances are great, and the film was really, really good. Like just well shot. It's pretty long. It's 2.5 hours. So it's like, it is the full show plus some of the interstitial stuff they were doing, right? But like,
Yeah.
you know, his quote unquote father and mother are in it. Like you follow them throughout. They're like backstage. So he keeps, when he leaves the stage, then it's like a scene of him backstage with them, and like then the show continues. And so just really, really well done. Pretty awesome. It was glad I got to see this. We had tickets for months. Like the day that you could buy them, we had tickets.
That's cool.
Because then it ended up playing out here in Kent, which it wasn't originally supposed
Oh.
to. Yeah, they like added
Interesting.
Kent a lot later. But anyways, Right Here, Right Now. Unfortunately, it was only in theaters until Sunday, so it is now gone. But hopefully on digital very soon.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, so after last week's over-under, after Inside Out, we have a 6-way tie for the lead.
Dang.
6-way tie. Clayton Sawyer, Karen Shaw Carville, Mary Wilkerson, Michael Chumney, Tobias, and Susan.
Yeah.
All
Susan's good.
tied at 6.
She's always beating me.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff, man. She's on.
And in the game, too.
Yeah, exactly. And then this week, 2 films came out in the theaters. And because this week was so chaotic, I completely spaced it. It was like late Friday night. And I'm
think
like,
I actually
oh my
did it this time.
God, you did.
But that's because
I did not.
Susan just kept writing me about it. I'm like, okay, I will.
Man, I'm pissed at myself. Pissed! But let's take a look. The first film of the week was The Exorcism. I thought this movie came out a long time ago. Was there another Russell Crowe film where he was like an exorcist? Like, I don't know. A troubled actor begins to exhibit a disruptive behavior while shooting a horror film. His estranged daughter wonders if he's slipping back into his past addictions or if there's something more sinister at play. Stars Russell Crowe. 30% on Rotten Tomatoes. Ouch. Yeah. Ouch. So many exorcism films,
Yeah.
right? That it's just hard to do something new with it. So, yeah, I don't know, man. 30% with Russell Crowe, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
The estimate, $7 million. I would have said, I think I would have said over.
I think I did.
You
didn't I?
did say over.
Yeah.
You did say over, so let's see what happens there. And then the second film, The Bike Riders.
Yes.
After a chance encounter, headstrong Kathy is drawn to Penny, member of Midwestern Motorcycle Club, the Vandals. As the club transforms into a dangerous underworld of violence, Benny must choose between Kathy and his loyalty to the club. Stars Austin Butler, huh?
Yeah,
Elvis.
yeah.
Elvis is back.
Yep.
And Tom Hardy, also in that one.
Do you know one of the actors in there? Because they all had to take a class
Uh-huh.
on how to ride a motorcycle.
Right?
I don't know which actor it is. I'm sorry about that.
Sorry.
Truly.
We'll forgive.
He refused to do it. So all of his shots on him on a motorcycle are
Yeah.
faked.
Really?
Yeah.
It wasn't Austin Butler, was it?
It was on TMZ.
Or Tom Hardy?
I just don't. Maybe Tom Hardy, maybe.
Interesting.
I always know just enough to not know enough to talk about.
Well, the film's got 81% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ah.
That's solid.
Yeah?
Solid. With an estimate of $9.5 million.
I went under on this one.
Yeah, I would have gone under as well.
Yeah.
I did nothing.
I honestly have not
forgot.
heard about it.
Damn it. I definitely had seen some trailers. They showed trailers on like ESPN and stuff like that, so I was aware of it, but hadn't heard too much of it outside of that. But there you go, brother.
It's beautiful.
Is this week's Over Under?
Oh, so beautiful.
Uh-huh.
This is the fastest we've ever done a show.
Is it?
I don't even have time to flip through to look up the information I should have known but didn't. Oh, here it
Sorry
is.
about that.
Michael Shannon.
Oh, Michael Shannon.
No hopping on a hog.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
So all his stuff is faked
Yep.
in the film.
He said, no, sorry.
I
No
think
thanks.
That's got to be difficult.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Well, there you go, brother. There you have it.
That is nice, brother.
Another show down.
Feels like it's been forever.
I know. It does feel like it's been longer than 2 weeks.
I know it.
Yeah. And then hopefully I survive this week to do another show
I hope so.
next week. If
If
not,
not, I'll be cracking open the monster
yeah,
for you.
for me next
Yeah?
week. Exactly. And it'll be nice to knowing y'all. folks.
I don't think that's going to come to fruition. Brother.
No.
I think it could be just fine.
Let's hope not.
Yeah.
But hey, go to our website. It's www.dvdweeklypodcast.com. Links to places like our Facebook fan page, where Over Under's going strong, if you remember to play it, which I didn't. Email address at feedback@dvdweeklypodcast.com. And then we're continuing to get some new good stuff, brother, with that phone number.
406-426-1DVD.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I want to thank Russ and Maggie again for their movie review. I love it.
For sure.
I just love it. I'm telling you, we're going to make a big stars out of these folks. You and I are going to be nothing. Hey, I want to wish the wife a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Susan.
Yes, sir.
Dominate the day.
I agree.
Sayonara.